Hi guys, TrilogyVenus here, and today I'm going to be talking about common things that I found in the charts of twin flames. Now I say twin flames like that because I know that most people don't believe in twin flames. So of course some people do, but I know it's a sensitive topic because everybody doesn't believe in twin flames. But all a twin flame is somebody that has 90% compatibility with you. That's really all twin flame is. So I do know of a handful of twin flame couples, and it doesn't necessarily have to apply to a twin flame. You could apply this to a soulmate. I mean, it's the same thing, but if you and a soulmate have 90% compatibility, then that's somebody that has a very high potential of being someone that you can be with for the rest of your life because you're naturally compatible. So one of the main things I've seen is seventh house synastry. Of course, you know, the seventh house is the house of relationships. A lot of times I'll see the woman or the feminine of the relationship, she has her sun in the man's seventh house. That's a common thing. Another thing I've seen is the male sun in the woman's fifth house. So, you know, the fifth house is ruled by Leo. That's the house of romance and dating and playfulness. I've seen the male have his sun in the woman's fifth house. That's something very common that I've seen. Something else I've noticed is the north node. So the north node is our direction in life, where we're supposed to be going, you know, how, like the energy that we're eventually supposed to make it to. A lot of times I'll see someone's sun sign either conjunct the other's north node, or it makes a trine or a sextile. I've mostly seen a conjunction though, and that could be on the side of the woman or the man. Another thing is, whichever person doesn't have the conjunction, the other person has a trine or a sextile as well. So basically the sun and the north node have some kind of positive synastry, basically, which makes sense because if you're in a couple and you're in a relationship with somebody, they're supposed to be helping you reach your, you know, your final destination. They're supposed to be making you become the person that you're supposed to be. So if their sun sign matches your north node in some kind of way, then that's already a good relationship. Something else I've noticed is in the south node, there's not really any squares to the south node in a twin flame connection. The only time I've seen like a conjunction to the north node is someone who has Taurus north node, Scorpio south node. Of course, Pluto is a generational planet. So a lot of people in our generation have a Scorpio Pluto, which makes a conjunction to someone who has like a Taurus north node, a Scorpio south node. That's the only time I've seen really like a south node synastry, and that's because Pluto is a generational planet. Something else I've seen is eighth house synastry. I have seen Sun in the eighth house sometimes. I see Venus in the eighth house a lot. That's it. I want to say Saturn. When it comes to Saturn, Saturn is almost always in a positive place in a twin flame connection. So Saturn is usually in like maybe the third house. You know, Saturn in third house is not necessarily a bad placement, because it really means that someone could help you become more, you know, firm in your communication, or they can help your communication skills. Saturn there is not necessarily a negative spot. Of course, the ninth house is the house of learning, is ruled by Sagittarius. So somebody Saturn being in your ninth house, it could possibly, you know, make you want to further your education, make you want to get serious about getting a degree or something. So I've seen Saturn there. The only thing I can say about the 5th house and Saturn is I have seen that a couple times. And the reason why I feel like it's been in the 5th house, because of course the 5th house, like we said, is the house of romance and dating and stuff like that. So someone Saturn in your 5th house could possibly make you like not want to be romantic, not want to date, you know, but I've seen it in like someone who's a fire sign, who has a lot of fire in their chart. So they have a lot of fire in their chart, especially Leo, because of course Leo is the ruler of romance and dating. They have a lot of Leo in their chart, a lot of Sag. They like to date regardless. They like to date regardless. So they're going to have fun regardless. So someone's Saturn in their 5th house could possibly make them want to, you know, slow down a little when it comes to all that dating, all that romance. You know, it kind of makes you want to be a little more restrictive. So I've seen that a lot in where the woman has her Saturn in the male's 5th house. So it kind of like restricts the man from probably being promiscuous, you know, dating and stuff like that. Another thing I've seen is the male Saturn in the 7th house. So, of course, like we said, the Saturn house is the ruler of relationships. Someone Saturn in your 7th house is going to make you want to get serious about a relationship. That's going to make you want to settle down with them. So that's a good placement, and that's something that I see a lot. Especially like I'll see like the man's Saturn in the woman's 7th house, and then the woman's Saturn in the man's 5th house. So that's going to make him not only restrict his romance, but that's going to make him want to get serious about that particular relationship. I've seen Mars in the 5th house, which I usually see the man's Mars in the woman's 5th house. So if you think about it, if that woman has her Saturn in his 5th house, and then he has his Mars in her 5th house, that means that she's going to restrict his dating. She's going to restrict his romance. But because he has Mars in her 5th house, he's going to be, you know, willing to date and romance her because his Mars is in her 5th house. So it's like, yeah, he's not going to be like dating outside of the relationship, basically. But his romance and, you know, his dating, his playfulness, that's going to be turned up when it comes to her specifically. So that's something that I've seen, and I'm like, that's really cool, because it's like she's going to restrict him from pretty much dating other people, you know, being promiscuous with everyone. But because his Mars is in her 5th house, it's going to make him want to, you know, date a lot and, you know, do a lot of things when it comes to her. You know, Mars is the planet of action. So it's going to make him want to take action when it comes to the 5th house activities, because, you know, when it relates to her specifically. So that's something cool that I've seen. I'm like, yeah, that's a good relationship. Especially with Saturn in the 7th house, Saturn in the 5th house, Mars in the 5th house. And then I seen like Sun in the 7th house. You know, also I've seen Sun in the 5th house. Like, you know, it's just, when it comes to the twin flame chart, you just really have to look at the whole chart overall. If you have a negative Saturn placement, that's probably not your twin flame, honestly. Like, because like I said, I've really never seen a Saturn be in a negative place. Usually Saturn is in a place that doesn't really matter a lot, or, you know, Saturn is in a place that's going to make somebody get serious about something that's actually going to benefit the relationship. So, you know, but like I said, this applies to the soulmates as well. If you find a soulmate and you have some of these similar synastries, then you're probably with somebody that, you know, can stand the test of time. Somebody that you can actually be with for a long time, because synastry is so important in relationships. Literally, like, you know, composite is important as well. But if you're with somebody that you're compatible with on all levels, on all aspects, it's like, yeah, y'all might have y'all little issues, because of course no chart is perfect. Y'all don't match up exactly perfect. Like, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants a relationship that's completely perfect, because sometimes it probably get boring. You know, you want a little bit of fights, a little bit of, you know, arguments here and there, because a lot of times, sometimes that can prove, you know, somebody loves you based off of how they react or anything like that. You know, it's different stuff that can occur in a relationship that can make you feel like, you know, it's there for the long haul. But that's just what I want to say about soulmates and twin flames. As far as the charts are concerned, I'll see you guys later on the next video. Bye.